Well, welcome to a random review. I'm Random Ross, and today I am reviewing Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So this is, again, penned by George Lucas and directed by Steven Spielberg still, and it stars, of course, Harrison Ford, this time with Cate Blanchett, with the return of Carson Allen, with Shia LaBeouf, Ray Winstone, John Hurt, and Jim Broadbent. So this one, it's 1957, and again we have Nazis involved, where Indy hears of it's not Nazis, it's Soviets. How could I get that mixed up? Soviets. And of course, there's one Soviet agent named Irina Spalko, played by Cate Blanchett, that orders Indy to help her find this crystal skull, that was stolen from this temple kingdom a long time ago, and the skull was made of solid gold, and whoever can return it to its rightful place can obtain its power. And of course, they find the skull, then the whole next bit is trying to put it back where they found it. And of course, we get some action. We get Shia LaBeouf in there, who turns out to be Indiana Jones's lost son, because, like I said, we get the return of Karen. Is it Karen or Karen? Hang on. Am I been pronouncing her name all this? Yeah. Karen Allen. Yeah, Marion Ravenwood returns, and of course we find out, of course, that there is a bit in the first film where they sort of get busy, which is actually the conception of Indy's son Henry, who is Henry Jones III at this point, and he gets involved in the ordeal. And of course, they do complete the journey in the end, where the skull is put back in its place, and then it reveals to be the skull of an alien, and then we have a big flying saucer flying off into space, which I think is probably one of the most absurd things I've seen in an action-adventure franchise like this, delving deeper into science fiction. I prefer the fantasy elements, but I guess they wanted to do something out of the box here, maybe try and launch another trilogy or something, I don't know. But what did I like about this one? Well, I like that we got the return of Harrison Ford, and we got the return of a few old faces as well, like Marion, and we got some new faces, including Shia LaBeouf, who was hot off the Transformers film at that time, and we got Cate Blanchett in there as well, and we got Ray Winstone and the late John Hurt too as well in there, and we even had Jim Broadbent, who I've always known as one of them guy actors who's always doing a supporting role in films, but has actually done a leading role in some films. So this film is just a little over 2 hours. It's 2 hours and 2 minutes, and I like the story, I like the premise, the whole crystal skull and everything, and I was looking at the skull thinking it looks like an alien, and it was. But this one just felt a bit lazy. There's some plot holes where he's like the infamous fridge scene when a bomb drops, but I'm willing to brush that off, because some films like this are known to bend the laws of physics. But this was the comeback that we wanted, but not the comeback we asked for. This is probably the poorest one in the series. I mean, I feel they were very lazy with this one. They didn't film as much scenery as they did before. A lot of it was done in a studio with CGI, including CGI animals, and given that this was the 2000s, I guess they were very reliant on the CGI, and we got a lot of that CGI. And I gotta say, it didn't really benefit it that much. I can see why people thought this was a poor one. I mean, we've got some interesting characters here and there, like from Ray Winstone and John Hurt, but their characters I find are very forgettable. Also, I feel like, oh my, Indiana Jones, what are you doing? This is like, you're old now. You know, you look, I don't know, but Shia LaBeouf, were they trying to do a handing of the torch? I'm glad they have scrapped that idea for future movies. And I mean, at the time, all plans for a future movie, I believe, were scrapped because of the disappointment of this one. I mean, it turned out to be aliens. I mean, over time, I've gotten to the fact, you know, ancient aliens and that and stuff. I can buy that. I can do with that. I mean, maybe if it was executed a bit better and wasn't drowned in too much CGI, and then the alien coming back to life and then hit the temple being a flying saucer. It was a bit of a bonkers plot. I prefer the mystic and the whole fantasy stuff in this, but, you know, okay, aliens, but I just thought that the, you know, what let it down, like I said, was the visual effects, which I feel haven't aged pretty well at all. And this was like 15 years ago now. So nearly 20 years, so it was a long while ago. But I do hope that Dial of Destiny is a call back to form. I mean, I like the trailer so far, but will it deliver? I guess I'll find out when I watch it, because this is why I'm reviewing all these films in the build-up to the Dial of Destiny. So, yeah. I guess you could say this one, I liked it, but I didn't love it. Nowhere near as much as I did the other three, the original trilogy. But still, George Lucas and Steven Spielberg returned to have involvement in the movie. I mean, Steven Spielberg directed, but I believe Dial of Destiny, he's not going to be directing that. I believe Sean Connery was invited to come back for this one, but I think he turned it down because he was retired. He retired like 5 years before from acting after the disappointment that was The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So, ratings, what am I going to rate this one? Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Like I said, it was there. It had the potential to be good, but it just didn't quite do it for me. But I like to think they at least tried to give us something good here, but didn't quite hit the mark. So, I'll give it a 3 out of 5 for this one. So there you go. There is my review on Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So have you seen this one? Let me know down in the comments below if you have. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share with your friends. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and to hit that notification bell. If you love horror content, I have a channel for that too, which will be linked down below or in the cards above here. So yeah, that's it for this review. So I've been Random Ross. This has been a random review, and until next time, I bid you all a goodbye, friends. Goodbye.